Gobby Gaffer, and in today's episode we have the last two games of the season in the league and also a little bit of transfer news. Yes, I know it's a little bit early, but more about that later. Anyway, let's have a little look at how things have been going while you've been away. So after our home defeat in the Champions League at the hands of Manchester United, we got beat 3-1. The writing was on the wall then. The one thing I didn't want to happen was for it to affect morale, and it didn't do, because in the next game we beat Wilhelm 2. Lasada got on the score sheet twice, and we beat them 2-1. Then we played the return leg against Manchester United at Old Trafford, got beat 4-0. The thing I have to say about the Champions League for us this season was we got a lot further than I think even the board anticipated, than I anticipated, the players even. We did an amazing, tremendous job in the Champions League. And okay, in the end, we got beat by Manchester United. But there's no disgrace in that at all. They actually got through to the semi-finals. I think they got beat by Liverpool in the semi-finals. So they did quite well in the Champions League themselves. For us, it was all about the money. And let me just quickly show you the bank balance. Our bank balance at the moment is standing at 33 million. Let me tell you, normally at this stage of the season, I know I've not been here that long, but normally at this stage of the season, we probably would have about between 4 and 6 million in the bank. We've now got 33 million. So we're doing exceptionally well money-wise. And more to say on that shortly. So back to the schedule again. After the United defeat, we played Groningen in the league, beat them 2-0. Then we played RKC Woolwich, I think they're called. They're a 2-star second division Dutch team who I thought we would easily beat. Dutch Cup semi-final, I thought, okay, fine, we're through to the final. We actually got beat 2-1. Didn't play very, very well at all. And certainly against a team of their stature, I thought we should have gone through. But anyway, you take it on the chin, we didn't. But like I say, none of this is affecting our league form and our dynamics. So we then played AZ, we beat them 2-1. And then we played Emmen at home. If you remember Emmen, first 5-6 games of the season, they were unbeaten, they were top of the league. And they're still up there, they're still doing a really good job. So we managed to scrape a 1-1 in that at home. Not ideal, but every point counts. Then we went away to Zwolle. Beat them 1-0. Threw another little friendly in there. 19-1 win, Then we played Excelsior. Beat them 2-1. And the last game, we played FC23, who starting the game were bottom of the league. And this could be a problem in the two games we've got to play on camera today. These teams who are bottom of the league or around the relegation area, in theory, should be a shoo-in. 4-5-0, easy peasy. In football, never works out like that because they turn out to be banana skins. And that's exactly what happened with FC20. Bottom of the league, at our place, they came away with a 1-1 draw. Last two games of the season, we're playing Almelo and Breda. Both of them are in the relegation area. So not quite sure how it's going to go. And it definitely will affect our position in the league. Let's just have a quick look at that. So as you can see now, we've all played 32 games. We're in second place with 65 points. Ajax have been crowned champions already, and nobody's really pushed them this season, so they've run away with it. But definitely the second, third and fourth places are all up for grabs. We've actually got that second place at the moment, which is a guarantee, I believe anyway, it's a guaranteed Champions League spot. As we saw last season, we finished third. We had to play those two playoff games before we actually got into the Champions League stage. Want to try and avoid that if we can this season. I would like to get that second place. But if we don't get it, I don't think it's any disgrace because we certainly covered ourselves in lots of glory in the Champions League. And I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. Okay, I did mention at the start a couple of bits of transfer business. Now, the director of football knocked on my door. I came in. We had a bit of a chat over a brew. And he said, I think I might have found a player for you here, boss. It looks really, really good. And they only want 3 million for him. So I said, well, the problem is we don't have any money to spend. okay, at the end of the season, I'm hoping, and here's where the Champions League money comes in, I'm hoping the board are going to give me a good budget at the end of the season, but that's at the end of the season. So we said, I think we need to pounce now to make sure that we get him. Okay then, so I had a look at him. Tremendous looking player, advanced playmaker, midfield, really good creative player. I thought, right, okay, I'm going to chance my arm. So put a bid in for him. It was accepted. 3 million was his buyout clause. I agreed terms with him. Contract, brilliant. When it came to signing him, the board put a block on it. Said, no, sorry, we can't sign him. Let me tell you, for the first time ever, playing Football Manager, I've actually gone to the board with a request like that saying, this player will improve our team. Can you find the funds for him? They actually came back and said, yes, you could have knocked me over with a feather. And this is the message that came back. He would be a fantastic addition and we're prepared to push the transfer through. Like I say, you could have knocked me over with a feather, but absolutely elated. And so will you be when you see his stats. And it's Paul, a third tier. He's a 21-year-old Romanian, like I say, advanced playmaker in the middle of the park, or we can push him a little bit further forward. But, I mean, I don't need to read those stats out for you to say he's going to be an amazing player for us. Really creative. Hopefully, we've got 3 strikers up front. Hopefully, he will be the one who'll provide that ball forward for them, that really good ball forward, and they can use their finishing skills to put it in the back of the net. We have got players at the moment who can do that, but not as good as this lad. I think this lad takes us to the next level. So he's coming in on the 1st of July, and while we're at it, I've also signed another player as well. Now, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce this lad's name. Obviously, Francisco, that's fine. Concicao? I don't know. I mean, answers on a postcard. But he is Dutch, very important. 26-year-old, inverted winger on the right. Bearing in mind, we've got Rojas, who was signed at the end of last season. He came in, I thought, right, this lad's going to be the bee's knees. But if you remember, I made the mistake of saying to him, I'll bring somebody in to help you settle in. And I forgot to do it. So he's been grumpy all season. He's played most of the season. He's played really well. But he's still grumpy. Whether he'll get over that, on his summer holidays, I don't know. But I can't really take that chance. The only other player I've got to play out wide, well, I've got Spec Schneider, but he was one of those players that came in and wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be. The scouts, sometimes the scouting in FM can be a little bit off-key. Azakan is the other one on the right-hand side. At a lower level, I think he played really well in the Champions League and playing, against teams like Ajax and vying with them. Not so great. And I think his contract runs out at the end of the season. I'm not going to renew it. So this lad is going to come in as an inverted winger on that right-hand side. And again, I don't have to read his stats out for you. He looks tremendous. And just before we get into some football, I did say I would keep you informed on the Files progress. So we'll have a quick look at how they've been doing. Not too bad, actually. So the Championship is into the playoff stages now, so that the league season has finished. Well, as far as File goes, they finished in 12th position, played 46, 67 points. Micah Berith is doing really well for them. He's actually captain there now. If you remember, Micah Berith brought him in as a new striker, and I think I left not too long after, so I didn't really get a chance to see him. I've been looking at him maybe as a new striker for us, not quite sure. I think Delap is on the wanted list, Van Dijven is on the wanted list. Maybe losing a striker or two, not quite sure. But they want anything up to 8 million for him. And I'm guessing when I go in, they'll probably want 10 or 12 million for him. He's their captain. He's banging goals in for them. Not quite sure on that one. And the last little bit of information. Yes, I know. I keep saying I'm going to stop talking. I will stop waffling in a second. This is the last little tidbit for you. The board have actually come through and said that we've passed the become recognised as the best of the rest. We've passed that 4 years in advance. So doing really, really well. I think I'm an A+ at the moment, and I'm fairly untouchable as far as the board are concerned. So that's great news. These last two games, quite important for league positioning, but obviously let's get into and see how it goes. Okay, we're going to jump on the coach and we're off to Heracles Almelo. So we'll see you in the dugout. Well, welcome to the Irv Aceto. Team for today: Vitek in goal, back four of Chrisen, Buckman, Toll and Tavares. Got Lakar, so you remember us playing him as a central defender. He actually can play right through the middle. He can play that deep line playmaker role. I've been playing him there in the last few games and he's done okay for me. Midfield two are Hernandez and Helgeson. Two wingers as usual, Brobbit and Rojas with Delap up front. And we're underway. Get the first highlight. Chrisen to Hernandez. We're just playing the ball around at the back now. Brobbie. That was either too long or Brobbie just he's trying to find his way in the game. But it has been won back by Delap. Nice win that. Helgeson, ball forward to Brobbie. Brobbie there is tackled. And that is put over the top. That was a really good chance for us to go 1-0 up. So Almelo with the ball now. But Brobbie has won it again. They seem to be giving the ball away an awful lot in midfield. Which I suppose, given their league position, it's not surprising, is it really? Ball out to this right hand side. Tavares inside to Rojas. Back to Tavares. Helgeson. Rojas now has made a little bit of space for himself. And Delap puts us 1-0 ahead. The referee, though, is rummaging around for his whistle. What's he going to say about this one? VAR's got involved. And it's awarded. So we're 1-0 ahead. And Delap gets his 25th goal of the season. Very nice build up. Rojas made some nice little space for himself. Little triangles going on. And he just ran forward, slid the ball in for Delap, and away you go. So Almelo have only won one of their last 8 games. But obviously, you know, they're down in the relegation area. So, you know, that kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? But these are games where, you know, you can slip up very, very easily. But we are 1-0 ahead. And they've lost the ball again, and Delap comes forward with it. Is Delap going to lose that ball? No, he's giving it to Brobbie. Helgeson's in, and a great save from the keeper, to be fair. So Helgeson with the corner. To the far post, and we don't get ahead on that one. Comes back to Helgeson, he can have another go. Buckman, Lakar, Chrisen to Lakar, Buckman, just playing little triangles, trying to draw them out, but nothing came of that, so obviously there was nothing to see. And we'll get to half time, we're 1-0 in the lead. Just going to give the boys a pat on the back. Delight with your performance so far, keep it up. And we're going to get the second half underway and hope that we can keep up this momentum. Hope that Almelo keep giving the ball away as well, which has been very nice. It's quite helpful when the opposition keeps giving you the ball. The right wing, ball to the right wing, that's the one. Tavares in lots of space here, plenty of time to make his mind up what he's going to do. But that's been given away, and that was very, very poor. But again, they've given us the ball again, and what a goal from Hernandez. What this game is it's littered with mistakes all over the shop, and then they just give us the ball, and then Hernandez does that. In off the crossbar. Absolutely beautiful goal. So Almelo get us back underway. They're 2-0 down now. Can we keep a clean sheet? If we can keep a clean sheet, then we've got the 3 points with a game to play. Depending on other results, we could actually claim that second spot today, but I'm not quite sure. I have put the league table on just to keep an eye on that. So Almelo there. I was just going to say they're actually putting a few passes together, but they've lost the ball again. Delap sprinting forward. He's going to have to do it all on his own, and he has done it all on his own. The keeper did get a touch on it, but it still ends up in the back of the net. We're 3-0 now, away at Almelo, and we're coasting. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know about having deep-lying playmakers on the pitch. I mean, that ball from Tavares, we've seen him do that a few times this season. Great ball forward from Tavares. Can you imagine what our midfield's going to be like with this new lad when he comes in as well? Okay, so 4 big changes in the game. I've changed all my back 4. Give them a little bit of a rest now. We've got a big game coming up to end the season. Hopefully we can get that second spot. So I've got lots of things going on. So Van der Kust, MacArthur, Pronk and Dewberry have come on across the back 4. So there's about 20 minutes of this game to play. We're coasting now. As it stands, it looks like Emmen are actually winning. So they are 2 points behind us as it stands. So I think probably a draw in our last game would be enough. I think we do have a better goal difference than most of the teams around us, apart from Ajax, obviously. So, El Melo putting a few passes together again. No, they've made a mess of it again. I mean, if I was the manager of this team, Delap's in again. It's good to put that. Oh, it's offside. If I was their manager, I'd be going absolutely. I mean, it's unacceptable, isn't it, really? And it's full time, and we've got the 3-0 win. So very, very nice indeed. And well done, lads. Your performance has secured our qualification for the Champions League. So what happened then? Did Emmen not? No, Emmen have still. Okay, I see. But that third spot, although it does. You are qualified for the playoffs. You're not qualified for the league stage. So we still have to. We've still got a game to play. We only need a point in it. If Emmen win their game, we only need a point. So it's very nice to see we're finishing on a little bit of a high. That's always a good thing to see. You always want to finish your season on a little bit of a high, because then you can send your players off on the jollies and you can give them a pat on the back and say, right, when you come back next time, we need to keep that momentum going and let's start the new season as we mean to go on. So it's always a good thing. Anyway, last game of the season coming up, we've got NAC Breeder at home. It's kind of... I would like to win it, I was going to say it's a must win. I would like to win it, but a point would be enough. So anyway, we'll see you in the dugout for that one. Well, welcome to the Cambuur Stadion for the last time this season. And we just need a point out of today's game. So hopefully we can get that. The team is Vitek in goal. It's an unchanged team. Chris and Buckman, Toll and Tavares back 4. The midfield 3 are Hernandez, Helgeson and Lakar. Brobby and Rojas on the wings and Delap up front. Can we do the same thing again? If Delap can stick a couple of goals in, that would be very nice. So with a highlight straight from the kick-off, Delap gets us underway. I never like highlights from kick-offs. I think you probably know that by now. I've said it enough times. But will it be a highlight for us, or will we give the ball away and it be a highlight for them? NAC Breeder, I don't think I've got anything to play for. I've just had a look at the league table, and I think they're fairly safe from relegation now, so they don't really have anything to play for. But then, if you're playing for pride, that's certainly something to play for, isn't it? Delap gets pushed over in the penalty area, absolutely flattened, and we get nothing for that. Oh, hold on a minute though. Hold on a minute. Delap was flattened. VAR has got involved. And we're doing a penalty review at the little box. I mean, surely the referee's going to give this as a penalty. I mean, that was clear cut, that. Penalty awarded. We need to stick this in the back of the net. Should be Delap taking it, I think. Yes, I did change my penalty taker. And he puts it in the bottom right-hand corner. Keeper went the wrong way. We're 1-0 ahead. And we're underway again. And it's NAC Breeder with a highlight from their kickoff. So they're just playing the ball around at the moment. We're not really pressing them too much. We're standing off them, but Brobby's done a brilliant job on that side there. Nicked the ball for us. Brobby now just playing a little keep ball with Chrisen. So who's going to be the creative player here? Is Tavares going to stick that ball over? Rojas. plays the ball into the middle, but Delap wasn't there for it. Hernandez, Helgeson's through, sticks the ball in the back of the net, 2-0, and we're looking pretty comfortable after only 3 minutes though, but pretty comfortable, and this is exactly what I wanted from this team. I wanted us to go out there, last couple of games, couple of nice wins, and that's exactly what we're doing. You watch now. Now I've said that, we'll probably lose 3-2. But anyway, we're bobbing on with the game now. 8 minutes on the clock, and we're winning 2-0. Breeder have not even got off the coach yet. They've had no shots, nothing on target. They're looking a little bit of a raggedy outfit. Oh, how did that not go in? So we've got 4 players on green stats at the moment. It's nice to see Delap on a 7.2. He seems to have picked his form up quite nicely towards the end of the season, which is a very nice thing to see. When we arrive at half time, I'm just going to say what a 45 minutes that was. You've blown them away. Do I make a sub? Robbie's looking a little bit tired, or do I leave them on? I think I'm going to leave them on actually. They deserve a big round of applause at the end of the game, don't they? So the second half is underway. Chrisen with the throw. Hernandez, who's been an absolutely brilliant player for us in the midfield since he joined us. I mean, look at that ball from Lakar there. Delap, what a shame. Oh, second bite of the cherry, and the keeper actually picks the ball out of the air. Corner, Helgeson. We're still not picking that ball up at that far post on corners. I'm really not sure what is going wrong with. We're training it all of the time now. Every week we're doing training. But them corners just will not go in. Anyway, working the ball from the back. Tall to Lakar. Lovely ball again. Siege Ranger passing. Rojas. Ball back to Tavares. Lakar. Come on. Since I moved Lakar from central defender into that deep line playmaker role, he's been absolutely incredible. He started that move off with a beautiful ball out to Rojas, and look at that for a sweet hit. The keeper had absolutely no chance with that. With 3-0 up, we're coasting now into that second position behind Ajax. So about 15 minutes of the game left now. Not going to make any subs today. Like I say, I'm going to leave the players on who have done the job for us in the last half a dozen games. I'm going to leave them on, and they can get a nice round of applause at the end of the game. And we've done it. Excellent stuff. Well, I have to say, I'm really enjoying my time here at SC Cambuur. This team has really moulded into a really great outfit. We are now the second best team in Holland, and we got through to the last 16 in the Champions League. The milestones that this team have achieved this season are absolutely second to none. But as with everything in life, nothing stands still. I need to get my thinking cap on now, do a bit of head scratching, and we're looking towards next season now. I've already got 2 new signings that lined up. We need to see what the board are going to do now. Are they going to back me with some money? They already have done. They've sanctioned a move, you know, at the end of the season. They sanctioned a move outside of a transfer window, 3 million. So they are putting the money where their mouth is already. Are they going to give me any more? We'll have to wait and see. And as I've just been saying, this confirms it. SC Cambuur confirmed the best ever Eredivise finish. One of the slight problems I might have now is keeping older players, because obviously now people are standing up and taking notice. SC Cambuur, okay, what's the second in the Eredivise? I mean, that's great going. Last 16 in the Champions League. Let's have a look at their players. We already know my keeper is a wanted man, but there's quite a few of my players now that are wanted. It's going to be a bit difficult to maybe keep hold of 1 or 2 of them, but we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, obviously, if we can bring some decent money in, then maybe it's scratch the head time, get your thinking cap on. Can we afford to do that? It's bringing money in. Can we? And that player I've just brought in for 3 million. If we could sign 2 or 3 like him, that's only like 10 million spent. And one of my players going, I could replace one with 3 players. If I can get them that quality, you know, we could be moving to the next level and maybe challenging Ajax for the title next season. And we've received 7.1 million for the second place in the Eredivise, and that leaves the finances looking like this. We've got just shy of 40 million in the bank. Well, here we go. It's that time of the season again. The board are setting initial budgets. So let's have a quick look and see what we've got to spend. So they're giving me a wage budget of 425,000 and a transfer budget of 9.25 million. A little disappointed in that, I think. A little disappointed. But then, having said that, if we look at the amount that we're currently spending on wages, 260,000. The new wage budget is 419,000. So there will be some to shift into transfer budget, or vice versa. I mean, it's, you know, we can shift some out of transfer budget if we want to do. So there is money there to be moved around. It's up to me to be like clever and cute now with my transfers. And I've also got to bear in mind they've sanctioned 2 new signings already. I think one of them came in on a free, but the other one was 3 million, a flat 3 million. So they have already sanctioned that. So have a quick look at the season review now. New arrivals. So top of the shop is Hernandez on loan from Barcelona. Great player, an average rating of 7.19. Made 21 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists. My 2 wing backs that I brought in, quite critical to the way that I like to play. So Chrisen, left wing back, came in from Aston Villa, 7.07, 34 appearances, 7 assists. And Tavares on the other side came in from Norwich, 36 appearances, 4 assists, 7.04. And Rojas, the much talked about Rojas, not quite sure whether he will stay with us. He needs to stop the grumpy on that he's got. If he does, he's a great player. Came through with 35 appearances, 7 goals, 11 assists, 7.02. And he actually gets the board a transfer of the season as well. So the board expectation for this season was to finish in mid-table. We actually finished in second place, as we know. They have said they're working on an extension to the ground at the moment because we can only host 15,000 fans. And the board have given us an A+. The board are pleased that the team qualified for the UEFA Champions League through their participation in the Eredivise this season. There is no doubt that the fine run of results at the end of the season helped us in overachieving. Overachieving. Okay, I didn't think we overachieved. I thought we did really, really well. And sometimes I'm not quite sure where these facts are plucked from. But so the biggest win was a 4-0 win over Excelsior. The match to remember was the Champions League game against Real San Sebastian. I would have thought the Borussia Dortmund game would have been the... I don't know. I mean, where they get these facts from, I literally have no idea. And the revenue, sponsorship is... well, it's 2.6 million. It was 2.6 million last season. So they're saying it very slightly down. I mean, it's negligible, really. Broadcast revenue was up to 2.72 million from 1.97 last season. Corporate hospitality nearly doubled to 1.03 million. Competition prize money, 48.43 million. Last season, it was just under 7. So a huge jump in competition prize money. Matchday commercial and retail, just under $1 million. It was just over $500,000 last season. Shirt sales, Delap, biggest shirt seller, our centre forward, followed closely by Brobbit, Rojas, Helgeson and Lasada. In our awards ceremony, fans player of the season was the goalkeeper, Vitek, still a wanted man. It looks like he is going to go. The board looking like they're going to accept offers for him, so I might be looking for a new goalkeeper. We'll have to see on that one. Young player of the season, Marcus Rojas, again, 21-year-old. We really do need to stop him being grumpy because I think he's going to be amazing on that right-hand side. But if he does go, remember, I've got the new lad coming in who can take over there. Goal of the season was Hernandez. Top goal scorer, Liam Delap, 27 goals. I mean, that's a great return, isn't it, really? Most assists, Rojas with 11. Most player of the match awards, Delap with 8. Highest average rating was the goalkeeper again, Vitek, 7.2. And the most passes completed per 90 minutes was Buckman, our centre-half. And I think this explains the season a little better than the board said we were overachieving. I think this explains it a little better. Once SC Cambuur got rolling early in the season, they never looked back. And also, SC Cambuur started better than anyone would have expected and rarely slipped up thereafter. I think I would agree with both of those comments. And then we move on to the club vision and expectations meeting. So play possession football, they're pleased. Entertaining football, pleased. Do not sign players over the age of 30. I don't think I ever do. Work within the wage budget, on course. Expand the stadium, obviously that's down to the board. They keep saying it's in progress, not quite sure when that's going to happen. Be competitive in the UEFA Champions League. Not quite sure what that means. Be competitive. Does that mean... Well, I don't know what it means. Record an Eredivise top half finish. I mean, given that we finished second this season, and my aim now would be to challenge Ajax for the best team in Holland, that seems a little underwhelming. And then we get into a situation here where I get to this situation with clubs where my vision for the future is not matched by the club. So my vision for the future, like I've just said, is to challenge Ajax for that top position in Holland and become the best club. Ongoing now, right up until the 2033-34 season, it's maintained an Eredivise top half finish. I mean, I think we need to be looking a little bit more ambitiously. With the players I'm hoping to bring in the summer, we will be challenging Ajax next season. And if we're not, then something's wrong somewhere. And we come to the end of season team meeting where we can all make a complete mess of this one, can't we? You've got to say the right thing, otherwise they all go off on the jollies a bit grumpy. Okay, so season's over, every single one of you fully rested, positive frame of mind. We're going to qualify for the UEFA Europa League. Getting out of business, trying to earn a mid-table finish. Top half, need to come back fully fresh to top half next time round. I think that's the one that we're going to say. Oh, and we've clicked the right button for once. They're all pleased about that. Brilliant, that's just what I wanted to hear. And going away, enjoy your break and come back nice and refreshed. And I think that is a very, very nice place to end the episode and end this season with SC Cambuur. We've done absolutely amazingly. We've done superb in the Champions League. We're now the second best team in Holland. Onward and upward. All it remains for me to say is I'm going to go away, do some head scratching, bring some new players in, hopefully try and keep the players that we've got that are really top notch. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen, give us a like. If you're new around here, subscribe. Spread the word. It's my new catchphrase, spread the word. The more we spread the word, the more the channel will grow. We'll see you next time for more from me, the Gobby Gaffer.